Chosen one, heaven has not been silent about you. Every delay, every detour, every unexplainable season of heaviness has been preparation for a sacred assignment that could not be rushed. You were not overlooked. You were being strategically hidden. You have been carried through storms that would have drowned others because your survival was not optional. You carry something holy. There is a divine mission sealed into your spirit that no one else on this earth can fulfill. This assignment is not optional. It is ordained. You are not being called randomly. You are being summoned prophetically. And the time to step forward is now. What you've been feeling lately, the urgency, the pressure, the weight that doesn't let up, is not confusion, it's confirmation. You're not under attack because you're weak. You're under attack because you're marked. The resistance you've been facing is not because you're on the wrong path, but because you're finally on the right one. Every demonic distraction sent against you has failed because the mission cannot be aborted. You weren't created for ease. You were designed for divine execution. God isn't calling you to survive the assignment. He's calling you to fulfill it with fire. The world may call it intensity, but heaven calls it accuracy. And you are now entering a realm where obedience is your weapon and clarity is your compass. You have questioned why the battles have been so long and why the silence from others has been so loud. But heaven has been speaking the entire time, just not in the language of men. God didn't train you in comfort. He trained you in consecration. Every room you were rejected from was a classroom for your calling. Every betrayal was a pruning. Every silence was a strategy. And now, what was once hidden in pain will be revealed in power. You are not emerging by coincidence. You are emerging because heaven has issued the command. Rise now. The sacred scroll with your name on it has been unsealed, and the time to walk in divine instruction is here. You are not just chosen, you are assigned. The weight you feel isn't random, it's responsibility. You are heaven's answer to a cry in the earth. Your steps are not your own, they are governed by a higher blueprint. You have authority not because you earned it, but because you were appointed. This mission is not based on your comfort, it's based on your covenant. And now every ounce of pain you endured becomes oil for the journey ahead. You are anointed for this hour. This is not just your moment, it's your mandate. Heaven has spoken, and earth must now respond to what is rising within you. Do not wait for the approval of man when you have already been commissioned by God. The silence of others cannot outweigh the voice of the Almighty. You don't need more confirmation, you need more courage. The doors that are opening now were not opened by strategy, they were opened by surrender. God is not asking you to understand every step. He is asking you to take the next one in faith. The assignment is not safe, but it is sacred. The risk you feel is not a sign to turn back. It is a sign that you are breaking into territory that was once bound. Move forward. The kingdom is advancing through your yes. You have been feeling the stirring, haven't you? That holy restlessness, that internal sense that something is shifting and it won't wait. That is divine alignment pressing into your timeline. This assignment will not ask for your comfort. It will require your consecration. You have been set apart, not sidelined. You are not forgotten. You are being fortified. And now, everything that once looked like loss will become leverage. The fire did not consume you. It refined you. The silence did not break you. It built you. And the assignment ahead will not be carried out in your strength. It will be executed in His. Chosen one, do not let the weight of what's ahead scare you. It should scare the darkness. The enemy knows what you carry. That's why he tried to silence you before you even understood your voice. But no more delays, no more detours. The divine countdown has reached 0, and heaven has issued the call. This is not just a new season. It is a sacred activation. You are stepping into moments prepared before the foundations of the earth. The opposition will not win, the confusion will not linger, and the power that is about to move through your life will silence every doubt that ever haunted you. You were not called to blend in, you were called to break through. This assignment will demand your full obedience. Partial surrender will not unlock what's been promised. This is not a time for compromise or convenience. This is the hour of full alignment. You're not here to merely exist. You are here to execute heaven's agenda. The earth is groaning for the manifestation of those who know who they are. And you, chosen one, You are among them. Stand up, speak out, move forward. The sacred assignment has begun. Heaven has spoken, and now it's your move. Chosen one, your life has never been random. From your first breath, heaven placed a seal on your spirit and wrote your assignment into eternity. The strange patterns, the heavy seasons, the constant sense of being different, it was all evidence of divine separation. You were never meant to fit into the systems you were called to confront. The weight you carry is not a burden, it's a mantle. And that mantle is about to activate in ways you've never seen. God did not bring you this far to let the mission stall. Every battle, every tear, every delay, it all built the foundation for what is launching now. This is not the time to second-guess what's rising inside of you. Stop looking for validation in places that were never designed to understand your calling. What God placed in you is too sacred to be explained to those still living in survival. You are not surviving, you are sent. You are a divine instrument, chosen to disrupt darkness and release light. The discomfort in your soul is a signal that your surroundings are too small for your assignment. The time has come to move beyond convenience into commission. This assignment will not allow you to stay hidden. God is exposing you, not to embarrass you, but to establish you. You are the carrier of a message that heaven will not allow to remain silent any longer. The shaking in your life wasn't punishment, it was preparation. The things that fell apart were never strong enough to hold what God is now releasing. You needed to be stripped of the false comforts that dulled your discernment. Now you hear clearly. Now you see differently, and now heaven is moving swiftly. The relationships that couldn't survive the shaking were not failures, they were filters. God was removing what would contaminate your commission. Don't grieve what God cut. Your life is not in pieces, it's in progress. And the mission unfolding requires the exact version of you that emerged from the fire. What's ahead is weighty, yes, but it's also already won. You're not walking toward victory, you're walking from it. Every step you take now is a step deeper into your divine jurisdiction. The favor coming to you is not random, it is a response to obedience. The room you're about to walk into doesn't need a version of you that tries to fit in. It needs the version of you that knows who sent you. You are heaven's strategy. God didn't just bless you with gifts, He marked you with mission. This assignment is generational. Your yes will not only shift your life, it will shift everything connected to you. Let's lock this in. If this is speaking to you, hit that like button. Subscribe right now. You don't want to miss what's next. And type 55 in the comments. That's covenant, alignment, and divine new beginnings. Your hesitation has been rooted in wounds, not wisdom. But that ends now. You are not disqualified because of what you went through. You are qualified because you survived it. The fire wasn't final, it was formative. God uses the broken, not the boastful. And you, broken, humbled, refined, are the exact type of vessel He pours glory into. Stop rehearsing who you used to be. That version of you no longer exists. The assignment ahead is not attached to your old identity. It is assigned to the anointed version of you that arose from the ashes. This is your hour of release. No more delay, no more distractions, no more pretending you don't know what God already confirmed. The instructions have been whispered in your spirit repeatedly, and now He's thundering them through every circumstance. You are being positioned for impact. What feels like stretching is actually divine positioning. You're not being torn, you're being tailored. The assignment fits you perfectly, even if it scares you. God does not assign where He has not equipped. And what you've been carrying in silence is about to be shouted in testimony. Chosen one, you are not walking blindly, you are walking boldly. Heaven has already mapped the path. The resistance isn't a red light, it's a signal that breakthrough is near. Move, even if your legs shake. Speak, even if your voice trembles. You are not required to be fearless, you are required to be obedient. This mission isn't waiting for your perfection, it's waiting for your yes. And the moment you release it, the heavens will respond. Doors will open, chains will break, and the sacred assignment you've been sensing will fully come alive. Chosen one, your obedience is the weapon heaven is using to disarm darkness. This isn't just about you stepping into purpose, it's about you confronting systems that have operated unchecked for too long. The enemy hoped your fear would keep you passive. He underestimated the fire in your bones. This assignment will not be comfortable, but it will be holy. You were not created to blend into silence. You were born to carry a sound that breaks atmospheres. Every place your feet touch is about to feel the weight of divine presence. You carry glory, not opinion. And now, it's time to release what you've been carrying. You have been underestimated by many, sometimes even by yourself. But heaven has never doubted your capacity. You were built for intensity. You were crafted for confrontation. The world wants comfort, but God is calling you to correction. You're not here to entertain, you're here to establish. What you carry won't make sense to the casual observer. That's because it wasn't given by man. The oil on your life is a result of crushing, and the revelation you speak will disrupt deception. Don't tone down your truth to keep the peace. Your clarity is the cure for a generation lost in confusion. This is not a season to ask, why me? It's a season to declare, send me. Your availability matters more than your ability. God does not choose based on performance. He chooses based on purity. The mission before you requires a vessel that has been emptied of ego and filled with fire. That's why your breaking was necessary. That's why your silence lasted so long. Heaven was preparing you in private, so your voice could carry power in public. You don't need a title to walk in authority. You just need alignment. And now that you're aligned, the assignment will speak through you. Your presence in the room is not accidental. It is prophetic. You've been placed where you are to shift the atmosphere. Don't question your seat at the table. God didn't just open the door. He constructed the room with your assignment in mind. Your steps are not random. You've been escorted by angels into environments that need your voice. Don't shrink. Don't silence yourself for the sake of comfort. What God placed in you is meant to stir others. Your assignment will irritate some before it inspires them. That's the cost of walking in fire. And you must choose the flame over the applause. You've been entrusted with more than influence. You've been given impact. Influence is about being seen. Impact is about breaking chains. The work God is doing through you will not be measured in numbers. It will be measured in deliverance. Lives will shift because you said yes. Systems will tremble because you didn't compromise. The enemy's strategy is to distract you with platforms when God is calling you to power. This assignment will not make you famous. It will make you faithful, and that is heaven's highest honor. To be used by God is greater than being praised by man. Let your confidence rise not in yourself but in the one who sent you. God didn't assign this mission hoping you'd figure it out. He assigned it knowing you were born for it. Every word you release is backed by heaven. Every step you take is reinforced by divine authority. Stop waiting to feel ready. Ready is not a requirement. Obedience is. As you walk, the way will open. As you speak, the atmosphere will shift. You are not walking alone. The host of heaven moves with you. And when you declare truth, every lie that once surrounded you will begin to crumble. Chosen one, there are doors you didn't knock on that are about to swing open, not because of strategy, but because of sovereignty. God is placing your name in conversations you were never invited into, because this mission isn't about networking, it's about anointing. Favor is chasing you because assignment is ahead of you. What felt like delay was divine alignment. And now that your heart is healed and your ears are open, you are ready to carry out the next instruction. This next season will require sacrifice, but it will unlock supernatural access. And once the gate opens, it will not close. You have been trained through pain, sharpened through silence, and empowered by presence. The season you're stepping into will not tolerate the version of you that seeks comfort over clarity. You must be decisive, you must be disciplined, and you must be dangerous to darkness. Your voice will not echo, it will penetrate. Your walk will not wander, it will disrupt. Your presence will not be passive, it will provoke change. This is not a rehearsal. This is not a delay. The sacred assignment is live. And heaven is watching to see how you respond to what has already been placed in your hands. Chosen one, there is no turning back now. What God has started in you will not be aborted by fear, fatigue, or falsehood. You are past the point of no return. The old version of you has been buried under layers of obedience, surrender, and divine fire. You are not being transformed, you have been transformed, And that transformation comes with responsibility. The mantle on your life isn't ornamental, it's operational. You weren't given this assignment to look anointed, you were given it to be anointed. And now, the world will begin to feel what heaven has already confirmed. You are called. You don't need to see the full plan to take the next step. God is not asking you to figure everything out. He's asking you to follow. There's a difference. Faith doesn't require a forecast. It requires a yes. You keep looking for signs when the instruction has already been given. Delayed obedience is still disobedience, and you already know what to do. Heaven didn't place this assignment in your spirit as a suggestion. It was a command. You were born for this moment, designed for this weight and chosen for this territory. Move. The breakthrough is not in your analysis, it's in your action. You may feel unqualified, but that's proof you're ready. Those who think they're enough disqualify themselves before they even begin. God does not trust the arrogant. He trusts the surrendered. Your humility is not a hindrance, it's your access point. When you lean on Him fully, He pours through you freely. This assignment is not dependent on your intellect, your resume, or your reputation. It's dependent on your alignment. And now that you're in position, nothing can stop what God is about to do through your life. The world won't understand how you got here, but you will know it was obedience, not optics. The voices of doubt around you will grow louder as you draw closer to the promise. That's not a sign to stop. It's a sign you're near. The enemy only fights what he fears, and he fears your obedience more than your opinions. That's why distractions are intensifying. That's why emotions are rising. But don't be moved. Stay fixed. Stay focused. Stay faithful. Every time you obey, you disarm darkness. Every time you step forward, something breaks in the atmosphere. This is not just a life path, it's a spiritual war zone, but the outcome is already written, and you, chosen one, are on the winning side. The assignment on your life is bigger than your comfort. It will stretch you, it will cost you, but it will transform you. What you release in obedience will echo into generations. God is not asking for perfection, He's asking for surrender. If you wait until you feel fully prepared, you'll never move. But if you move in faith, He will provide everything you need as you go. This is a mission that unlocks miracles, not just for you, but for every person attached to your yes. You don't even know the full impact yet, but heaven does. And that's why the pressure has been so intense. It's birthing something eternal. You don't need another confirmation. You need confrontation. Confront the fear. Confront the insecurity. Confront the procrastination. Your delay is feeding your doubt, and your doubt is stalling destiny. But the power to shift everything has always been in your mouth. Speak. Declare what heaven has shown you. Prophesy the future. Don't repeat what you see. Release what you've been shown. God gave you insight not for speculation but for declaration. The moment you align your mouth with your mission, momentum will break forth. This is the sound the earth has been waiting for. Your voice is not optional, it is essential. Chosen one, you are not being sent back into old places to blend. You are being sent to break cycles. That's why you had to be delivered first. You cannot deliver what you haven't overcome. And now, your very presence will disrupt familiar dysfunction. You will walk into rooms and shift the atmosphere without saying a word. Why? Because heaven walks in with you. Don't minimize that. Don't shrink. Don't play small so others feel safe in their stagnation. Your boldness is permission for others to rise. Your obedience is contagious. And your presence is a prophetic sign that the atmosphere has changed. This assignment is sacred, but it's also urgent. There are lives waiting on the other side of your obedience, souls hanging in the balance, generational curses waiting to be broken by your yes. You are not walking casually, you are marching strategically. Every step is prophetic. Every move is calculated by heaven. You don't have time to entertain distractions. You don't have room to tolerate confusion. Your clarity must be violent, your devotion must be unwavering, and your surrender must be complete. You are not here to survive this season. You are here to shift it. The sacred assignment is alive, and it's moving through you. Chosen one, there is a divine urgency in the spirit, and you feel it. That stirring you can't explain. That inner push that won't let you rest, it's heaven's alarm clock sounding inside your soul. You weren't built for spiritual complacency. You weren't wired to be passive. You were constructed to carry divine instructions. The reason you can't shake this weight is because it's not a feeling, it's an assignment. God didn't just choose you, He trusted you, and trust is heavier than talent. You're not here to entertain the crowd. You're here to obey the command. You've seen the warfare increase because your time of release is near. Hell doesn't waste ammunition on someone who's no threat. The moment you decided to say yes in private, the resistance started showing up in public. But here's what hell forgot. You don't fight alone. You carry the authority of the one who spoke galaxies into place. The very thing trying to break you will be the stage God uses to reveal you. Your pressure is not pointless, it's positioning. God doesn't elevate those who avoid pressure. He elevates those who stay faithful under it. There's a cost to carrying sacred orders. It will separate you. It will sanctify you. And yes, it will stretch you. You won't be able to run with everyone. Not everyone is assigned to your mission. This is a consecrated call, not a collective campaign. The weight of your obedience will not make sense to the unassigned. But you're not here to explain. You're here to execute. Stop trying to get consensus from people who weren't invited into the conversation. What God whispered in your spirit was for you. Your yes doesn't require applause. It requires alignment. Don't confuse warfare with warning. Just because it's hard doesn't mean it's not holy. Many miss their assignment waiting for the absence of pressure instead of listening for the presence of instruction. The way forward isn't clear because clarity doesn't come before obedience. It comes through it. You're asking for signs, but heaven is waiting on your step. God has already gone before you. Provision is already in motion. The miracle is waiting on your movement. The breakthrough is tied to your bravery. You don't need more insight. You need more movement. This is the moment to go. Your surroundings are about to shift rapidly, but don't let the change shake you. The acceleration is divine. What used to take years will take months. What once felt impossible will now feel inevitable. God is collapsing timelines and expediting progress. Not because you're rushing, but because you're ready. You've been faithful in delay. You've been obedient in obscurity. And now comes the reward. The harvest is not just material, it's spiritual momentum. You are stepping into a pace that your past cannot keep up with. Let it go. Let them go. And go forward. Your clarity in this hour is a weapon. You can't afford to doubt what God has confirmed. Second-guessing the assignment will only delay its manifestation. You've already been given what you need to start. Stop waiting for more evidence. You are the evidence. Your life is the sign. Your obedience is the miracle. What God is about to do through you will not make logical sense, and that's the point. If it made sense, it wouldn't require faith. And if it didn't require faith, it wouldn't need God. This mission is supernatural, so walk like it, speak like it, move like it. Chosen one, stop trying to shrink what God is trying to expand. The vision He gave you is big because it has to be. You weren't called to maintain, you were called to multiply. Every limitation that tried to cage your calling is being dismantled. Every lie that tried to convince you that you're not ready is being silenced. The heavens are roaring with affirmation. You are more than prepared. You are predestined. The enemy fears your activation because once you move, cycles break. The moment you obey, strongholds shatter. And once you speak, nations will shift. This sacred assignment will demand everything. But it will produce more than you can imagine. You will be stretched beyond what you thought possible. But you will also be sustained beyond human logic. God is not sending you empty. He's sending you full of power, full of revelation, full of fire. Your assignment is not small, so your preparation wasn't light. Every scar, every silence, every lonely night, it was training. And now the time has come. The signal has been sent. The angels are in position, and heaven is watching to see how the chosen one responds. Chosen one, you were never meant to fit into the patterns of this world. That frustration you've been feeling with routine, with shallow pursuits, with surface-level conversations, that's not restlessness. That's revelation. Heaven is awakening you to the reality that you were made for more. Your assignment is not to conform, it's to confront. You are a disruption to the status quo, a divine interruption to spiritual apathy. You are not being difficult, you are being distinct. The calling on your life refuses to let you settle, because settling would be a betrayal to the mission you were born to complete. You've been walking through unfamiliar territory, but that's only because God is taking you where no one in your bloodline has ever gone. You're not just breaking cycles, you're birthing new realities. The enemy is terrified of your courage because he knows what's coming on the other side of your boldness. You carry answers, you carry vision, and what's about to be built through you will bless generations. This is why you felt the isolation. God had to silence the noise so you could hear instructions clearly. You weren't being abandoned, you were being aligned. There are places that once welcomed you that can no longer contain you. That's not rejection, it's release. God is moving you out of rooms that no longer match your assignment. Don't mourn what no longer fits. Elevation always demands separation. You cannot take old habits into a new dimension. The comfort zones you once relied on will feel suffocating because you were not called to be comfortable. You were called to carry fire. And fire never settles. Fire consumes. That's what your obedience is about to do to every system of limitation you've ever faced. The assignment on your life carries a frequency that can't be understood by everyone. Stop explaining yourself to people who can't hear what you've been called to build. Their confusion isn't your concern. Your clarity is. You were not assigned to gain their approval. You were sent to deliver a message. That message is disruptive. That message is raw. That message is righteous. And now it's time to release it. Stop censoring yourself to make others comfortable. This is not the season for soft truths. It's the season for sacred fire. You've been sensing something is about to break open. That's not your imagination. It's divine intel. The windows of heaven are not just open, they are pouring. Opportunities are about to find you. Resources are about to locate you. Connections are about to align with you. And none of it will be by accident. It will be the result of divine orchestration. You're not lucky. You're locked into the frequency of obedience. And when you move in sync with heaven, everything necessary for the mission will arrive on time. No delays, no denials, just divine flow. You may feel like you're being stretched thin, but you're actually being expanded wide. Your capacity is increasing because your reach is about to multiply. What once overwhelmed you will soon become your platform. What once intimidated you will now be your assignment. The authority you carry isn't manufactured, it's imparted. You didn't earn this, it was embedded in your DNA. That's why the warfare couldn't win. You were too marked to be mistaken, too anointed to be abandoned. And now that the oil has matured, the mission can begin. Don't fear the magnitude of the vision. You weren't given it to be impressed, you were given it to implement. Your strategy will come as you move. The clarity will intensify as you act. Every step of faith you take will reveal the next step. You don't need a full plan, just a full yes. God doesn't ask for maps, He asks for movement. And He will meet your movement with miracles. You will walk into rooms you never applied for. You will speak to people you never thought you'd reach, because the mission doesn't rely on your resume, it rides on your response. Chosen one, the moment you step fully into obedience, the momentum will not stop. You won't have to chase blessings, they will chase you. You won't have to force connections, they will find you. You won't have to beg for clarity, it will flood you. Because obedience releases overflow, and that's what's coming next. Not just provision, but overflow. Not just open doors, but accelerated favor. Not just assignment, but activation. And you are the carrier. You are the release point. You are the vessel. The sacred assignment is moving, and it's moving through you. Chosen one, it's time to stop underestimating what's inside of you. You've carried this mantle long enough in silence. Now it's time to walk in visibility, not for ego, but for impact. The authority you carry is not for performance, it's for purpose. There are lives, systems, and spiritual structures that will shift the moment you stand fully in who you are. You are not just gifted, you are governed by a divine order. And that order is now being activated in real time. This isn't about your comfort anymore, it's about your commission. What you carry must now be released. You've been asking God for clarity, and He's been giving you confirmation. Stop acting like you didn't hear him. Stop pretending you're unsure when you know full well what he said. Doubt is not humility, it's delay, and delay is costing too much. The mission doesn't need your perfection, it needs your permission. Heaven moves when you say yes. Angels are dispatched when you act. Breakthrough is released when you align. You don't need to feel worthy. You need to move in faith. This isn't about feelings. This is about faithfulness. And you are called to walk by faith, not by fear. Everything around you is about to shift, not because of a trend, not because of coincidence, but because you finally said yes without conditions. Your obedience is opening portals. Your faith is birthing movement. And your surrender is making space for God's glory to dwell. This is not just a new season, it's a new system. What worked before will not work now. You are stepping into territory that has been locked for generations. And your voice is the key. Your authority is the access. Your obedience is the open door. Everything changes now. You've been carrying questions, but heaven is releasing answers. Not in theory, but in manifestation. You will see what you've been praying about. You will touch what you've been dreaming of. You will walk in what once felt distant. The delay didn't deny you, it developed you. The process wasn't punishment, it was preparation. And now that the foundation is firm, the structure can rise. You're not building alone. You're building with heaven's blueprints. What's coming through your life will outlive you. It will outlast trends. It will outrun opposition. Because it was birthed in obedience and sustained by glory. Let's lock this moment in. Tap the like button if this is confirming everything in your spirit. Subscribe to stay in alignment with this prophetic flow. And comment 55 right now. That's your code for divine covenant and supernatural beginning. From this moment forward, the way you carry yourself must change. You are not confused, you are called. You are not broken, you are backed. You are not waiting, you are walking. No more rehearsing your fears, no more recycling your failures. No more rehearsing the words of those who couldn't see your worth. The only voice that matters now is the one that spoke the mission, and that voice said, move, so you move. That voice said, speak, so you speak. That voice said, go, so you go. The sacred assignment has found its vessel, and that vessel is you. You are entering into a flow that cannot be stopped. What once felt delayed will now move at divine speed. What once required effort will now respond to alignment. Favor will follow your feet, power will follow your voice, and peace will anchor your path. You will not be shaken, you will not be silenced, you will not be swayed, because you are locked in, not to a platform, but to a promise, not to a role, but to a revelation. You know who you are, and you know why you're here. This is your assignment, and you will fulfill it. Chosen one. Heaven is no longer whispering. It is roaring. You've been hidden long enough. The unveiling has begun. Not for your glory, but for God's. Every scar will speak. Every wound will testify. Every step you take from this moment forward will release divine evidence. People will wonder how you got here, but you will know. This is not promotion. This is prophecy. And prophecy doesn't return void, it returns fulfilled. You are living proof that God finishes what he starts. And now, the finish line has become your starting gate. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on divine schedule. Everything you've endured has brought you to this edge. And now heaven is saying, jump, move with trust, walk with fire, speak with boldness, pray with power, serve with joy, obey with speed. You are no longer questioning if you're the one. You are moving like you know you are because you are. The sacred assignment is not ahead of you, it's within you. And from this point forward, nothing will be the same. Chosen one, now that the truth has been spoken, you cannot go back to pretending you didn't hear it. You've been activated by revelation, not suggestion. This is not motivation for a moment. This is movement for a lifetime. Every word released was a divine deposit. You've been marked again, reminded again, ignited again. But this time, you won't walk away like nothing happened. This time, you will respond with urgency. The world may still be asleep, but you are wide awake. And now that heaven has spoken, your only task is to obey without delay. You are no longer waiting for a green light, you are the light. The instruction has been given, the assignment has been confirmed, and the authority has been released. Everything you need is already in your hands or on its way. The fear that used to paralyze you has lost its voice. The doubt that used to distract you has lost its power. Because revelation has entered, and when revelation comes, confusion must go. What's ahead will demand your focus, your surrender, your fire, but you've already been prepared for it. Nothing about this is random. It's all divine. You have survived enough to prove that you were built for more. You've overcome storms that were sent to silence you. You've endured seasons that should have made you quit, but you're still here, still standing, still chosen. And now, fully aware that you are not walking into your future, you are fulfilling your assignment. The difference is everything. You are not a wanderer, you are a warrior with orders. And heaven is depending on your yes. What's been poured into you in this message is not just for inspiration, it's for instruction. Act on it, move with it, build with it. Let this be your moment of covenant. Say it aloud. I receive this sacred assignment. I will move in divine timing. I will obey without delay. That declaration is your agreement. Your obedience will be your proof, and the fruit will be undeniable. This is no longer about preparation. This is about release. You are ready. You are chosen. You are seen by heaven and sent by God. And now, all of creation is watching to see what happens when the chosen one finally rises.